Thanks for seeing us out. I never would have guessed you were friends with Princess Alphine of all people. I wish I knew how much of what she said was genuine. Hey, Elise. Thank you for taking the time to come here today. Take care on your way back to your lodgings. We will, thank you. Thanks for showing us around. Good night. Good night, everyone. What? Don't worry. I can kind of understand where she's coming from. I doubt anyone could have guessed that Her Highness would extend such a bold invitation to you. I'm not sure how that's my fault. Yes, I almost forgot. Rean, I have a small favor I'd like to ask of you. Me? Your Highness. Oh, you're going to ask him? But of course. You see, tomorrow I'll be attending a garden party sponsored by the local government for the start of the festival. Or rather, Machias' father invited me to attend. Yes, I seem to recall hearing that myself. That's the one at the Crystal Garden in Manor Park, right? Indeed. Anyway, let's not waltz around the matter. I was rather hoping that you would join me as my dance partner, Rean. Does that mean... Do you think Her Highness knows that old saying, a dance today, a wedding tomorrow? I'm sure that's fully in the realm of tabloid speculation. Still, there's no denying that many will interpret it that way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a minute. I don't think I can. I mean, it would be an honor, but it's like too great of an honor for someone like me. Oh, not at all. Your father may be a baron, but the Sworgers have had a long, deep ties with the Imperial family. I apologize if this comes across as rude, but inviting you would likely create less opposition than if I were to invite Jusis. I see. Well, I can't deny that. You needn't apologize. I find your choice rather fascinating, actually. Jusis, you're not helping. Anyway, I really don't think I'm the man you want. Sometimes I can barely keep from tripping over my own feet. Is that so? Elise once told me that she asked you to help her practice the finer points of ballroom dancing. In fact, she says you're an excellent dancer, that you step lightly and very gracefully. Is that not true, Rean? Well... Look at her face. I understand. It was rude of me to trouble you with a petition like this on such short notice. And besides, I don't suppose you would have much interest in dancing with a little girl like me. No, that's not what I mean, Your Highness. That's my sister, alright. She knows how to twist the knife. Your Highness, please. You too, Prince Oliver. Looks like they're having fun. I had no idea the Imperial family was such a lively and cheerful bunch. I get the feeling they aren't all like this. I see now. How could it have not crossed my mind? Perhaps the truth is that you already have set your heart on someone else. Or is there someone you're already courting? Well, do you? I'm positively dying to know which maiden has conquered the battlefield of your heart. Wait, yikes, how am I gonna get out of this one? I'm not sure how to turn her down gently. Very well, I shall relent this time. However, next year I'll be 16, just like your sister. That's when I'll be making my debut into high society, so I'd be very happy if you'd give my invitation some thought. Well, aren't you the lucky one? Her Highness really seems to have taken a liking to you. What's that smug look on your face? You really ought to have accepted her invitation. It might have led to something truly unexpected in the future. Nah, I doubt it. It seemed like she just took an interest in me because I'm her friend's brother. She didn't seem all that serious about it, so I figured she was just trying to tease the two of us. Can't deny it seemed that way. But I get the impression that wasn't all that was going on there. You weren't the only one feeling nervous that whole time. Prince Olivert was even more unusual person than I'd heard. No doubt about that. He seemed entertaining to be around. To think that he's the one who made Class 7 possible. He seemed easygoing, but hearing him talk about our class made what we're doing feel more important. And besides, he gave us plenty of other useful info. Yes, including the fact that the board of directors seemed to have their own agenda for us. I have no idea what they're planning, but their motives seem incredibly suspicious. Suspicious. Agreed. Hearing about the instructor's background kind of threw me for a loop too. I wouldn't have imagined she used to be a bracer. Maybe because you don't really see them around anymore to begin with. A rank is more or less the highest you can be too. I assume you already knew about her history fee. Yep, the guild is in every Jagger Corp's main competition after all. Probably even ran into her a few times during our operations. But really? Unbelievable. I'd almost forgotten about those good old days. Instructor? How long have you been there? So, looks like you finally found out about my work history, huh? I guess that kind of tarnishes my ravishing adult charm a bit then. I hate to break it to you, but you didn't have any to begin with. Shh. Did you hear an old maid sighing? What was that? It was exactly what it sounded like. Good evening, everyone. Captain Claire. This is quite the unusual combination. Let me be the first to assure you this wasn't my idea, but the governor asked me to tell you what tomorrow's field study is. It's being put on hold. Instead, you get the exciting opportunity to help this lady and her goons with their evil schemes. What evil schemes? Sarah, could you maybe not try to put them off entirely before I even have a chance to explain? Actually, there's a matter I'd like all of you to help us with. I've discussed this with the governor, and he decided that this would be the best way to handle the issue. What is this? Now, if you'd be so kind as to get on board, I'll explain everything to you at the command post in Himdallr Central Station. Terrorists. Indeed, I'm afraid we have no choice but to define them as such. Unfortunately, we have no clues as to their aim, nor do we know the names of the group's members, its size, or its history. At present, it doesn't seem that the terrorist group has established a name for itself. That's a lot of unknowns. Would I be correct in assuming the man we met in North Highlands, who was trying to start a war, was a member? So, he's one of them, He said his name was Gideon, or G, or something like that. So, that's what that man you encountered in the Highlands was up to. He does sound like the terrorist type. And you think he and his group are trying something tomorrow, on the first day of the summer festival? We're currently operating under the assumption, yes. The summer festival lasts 3 days. But unlike festivals in other provinces, only the first day garners much attention. It's been a month since that incident in Nord. If they intend to make their next move soon, tomorrow is a likely time. I'd have to agree. Terrorists do love their time in the spotlight after all. And considering how easily Gideon gave you his name, I'm betting we'll start to see them acting more openly soon. First you gather arms and other minded allies in secret. Then you reveal yourself with a bang and keep going in quick succession. That's a typical terrorist MO. I see. And you want us to assist with countermeasures against them. Right. The RMP will be joining forces with Himdallr's military police to bolster the capital's security. Unfortunately, as big as the capital is, I can't say with complete confidence that there'll be no holes in our security. That's where you come in, assisting in our security measures as the reserve force. Bah, it'd sure be nice if the guild was still active here. They would have come in mighty handy right about now. Yes, I don't disagree. Sarah, you do know that the RMP had no involvement in the guild's withdrawal from the capital, right? Oh, really? I mean, your boss and that brother of yours could hardly make their opposition to the guild more obvious if they tried. Well, wow, these two really seem to have a messy history between them. It sure looks that way, especially where the guild is concerned. Although it sounds like that brother of yours has been keeping busy in Crossbell recently. So, what's it gonna be? Whether you choose this as your field study task for tomorrow is totally up to you. If you decline, there are plenty of tasks the governor needs taken care of, like you've been doing the last 2 days. The summer festival is a busy time, after all. Lots of little details that need to be squared away. I think I speak for Group A when I say we'd be glad to join in the anti-terrorist countermeasures. Group B feels the same. Alright then. Thank you for your assistance, everyone. Now, let's move right along to confirming the patrol route you'll be following. Wow, this place sure brings back memories. Up until about 1.5 years ago, I'd swing by here at least once a week. Really? I wouldn't be surprised if I'd seen you around before then. Well, I did end up getting to know your sister. Fiona, right? Works as a piano teacher? Seriously? Wait, she did say she knew someone who worked at the guild. I guess she was talking about the instructor. Still, instructor, what is it that caused the guild to withdraw from the capital? I've been wondering that for a while now myself. The guild used to be pretty active here in Erebonia, right? Well, yeah. The direct cause was guild branches all over the country being blown up. But I'm sure you already know that. The culprits were a Jagger Corps hired by a nasty bunch the guild was at odds with at the time. Well, still is, but anyway. Thanks to a dependable ally, we were able to defeat the Jaggers, but by then, the Imperial government had its eye on us. They started making life difficult for us, took away most of the guild's authority in the country, leaving our hands tied. Eventually, the branches here started closing one by one, with no real prospect of ever reopening. So that's how it was. Instructor? Don't worry, your dad might be the city's governor, but he wasn't really involved. A certain friend of his, however, was very involved. You're talking about Chancellor Gilith Osborne? I don't know. Representative of the Imperial government, I assume. Yep, him and his cronies in the Imperial Intelligence Division. It's kind of like a sister organization to the Railway Military Police. Anyway, after that, I was out of a job, and then the Principal Van Dyke came and offered me a position at the academy. I started as a combat instructor last spring, and after that I wound up being chosen as your class homeroom teacher. And I still help out the guild from time to time, though, and that's how I ended up bringing in our Jagger Princess here. Knock it off. So that's what happened. You mentioned that a Jagger Corps was responsible for the attacks. What was its name? Oh, it wasn't the same group Fee used to run with. They were called Jester, not a particularly high-ranking outfit. I see. Worried about me? Well, I did suspect that it was likely a different corps. From the sound of it, the Jagger Corps Fee belonged to was a pretty large one, though. Oh, definitely. She was with Zephyr. Their leader was an insidious guy known as the Jagger King. You name a combat specialty, Zephyr had it covered. They were the only corps on par with the Red Constellation and has its roots in the Berserkers of the Middle Ages. They caused me plenty of trouble back when I was still a full-time bracer. Look who's talking. You caused us plenty of trouble yourself. It's hard to believe this all happened to people who we actually know. Yeah, it sounds more like a story out of some novel. Anyway, the terrorists you've been hearing about lately aren't part of any Jagger Corps. I figured that was the case. Generally, Jaggers are interested in just two things: money and fighting. The Gideon guy you encountered in North Highlands doesn't seem fit for that description, though. If I had to guess, I'd say he's acting on some kind of deep-seated grudge. A grudge, huh? Well, it's hard to say anything for sure. I've never met him myself. From what I understand, he did seem particularly tenacious. Oh, gosh. Guess my reading didn't get any better this time. He was definitely that. Which means we're really going to have to step it up for our patrol tomorrow. Your involvement is just a precautionary step, but if you're going to help, give it your best, I'd say. Seems like your teamwork is smoother than ever, too, so all the better. Anyway, it's late, so get your report written and get some sleep. I'm gonna crash in one of the empty rooms upstairs. Ah. The instructor never changes, does she? You sure? She seemed more talkative than usual. Feels like she was pushing herself. Now that you mention it, she did seem far more forthcoming with information than usual. Maybe she's feeling a bit weird being back in her old workplace. You might be right. Still, I guess we're not really in any position to be worrying about her. We'll just have to do our best to coordinate with Group B tomorrow to make sure everything goes smoothly. Agreed. Alright, the sooner we get that report written, the sooner we can get some sleep.
Drinks are on me someday.
No bonuses, no rank up. Next day, like 1 a.m. I've been waiting for something like this to start happening. This is when the game gets fun. And more interesting.
The time is finally at hand.
Let's see what he's up to then.
At last, the hammer of judgment shall rouse this indolent capital from its slumber.
Yeah. Comrade G, all the necessary preparations are complete, but it feels like you have so few men accompanying you. Wouldn't it be wise to call in a few others for backup?
There's nothing to fear. As long as I have this flute, not even the railway military police stand a chance of stopping us.
Tomorrow, the people of this land will at last know our name. My dear comrades, I shall be counting on you all.
Yeah! I'm gonna kick your butt. The third day of the field study. This is the final day of the field study too. Told you things were about to go down on the last day. Day of the summer festival. Alright, I'm going to go check over Group B before heading over to the Railway Military Police's command post. Just give me a call on your Argus if you find anything during your patrols. Okay. Will do, Instructor. Leave it to us. Still, I was expecting Captain Claire to be our point of contact. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to agree to cooperate with the Railway Military Police. I'm not exactly delighted about working with them, but things are looking pretty serious. I'm helping them this once and acting as your point of contact, but I won't let them forget for a minute that they owe me. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Tell Fiona thanks for the practice. Sure thing. Alright, we should get moving too. We've got our designated area, so we'll be patrolling them one by one, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. Instructor Sarah said she'd contact us around noon too. Let's be off then. Yeah. I'm guessing the city is going to be packed with people since we're so close to the summer festival. That's all the more reason we need to stay especially vigilant. Well, that was a lot to take in one episode. But this is actually going to be a surprisingly short episode today because this is really all the time we have. But hey, if you like this episode, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you all on the next episode.